So let's look at today's daily though. So we do have Umbra melting Remnant. The mutators are burn bright, so we generate +2 amber per turn. Tithe, we gain half gold, and chunked up, we start with 8 calcified amber in our deck. Burn Bright definitely makes the calcified embers a lot easier to get out of the deck. And Burn Bright can also synergize quite well with some of Umbra's X cost or generally expensive cards. So these are some things I am looking forward to using. Looking at the scores, it seems like it's a relatively low-powered score, low-powered run. On the top being my buddy Thanatos with 48,350 points. Let's see if we can beat that. So, we start out with Ember Forge for even more Ember, Prismal Dust and Hello Drippings. Prismal Dust being an interesting way to use the amount of Ember we are generating. Our boss is the Sepserath. And here we have Exploding Candle versus Check Strips. Now Check Strips definitely quite good, but so is Exploding Candle. But Exploding Candle kind of requires me to build into Burnout to at least some degree. He makes the Drags very useful, that's for sure. But Check Strips, the problem with Check Strips is that if you set up on the bottom floor, you don't get as much benefit out of check strips because the weaker units still hit your units before they go up and die. Exploding Candle on the other hand, if you can jump block with a drag for example, then the backline units will already be dead by the time they wanna hit your units. And for that reason I'm gonna go with Exploding Candle and try to build into Burnout at least to some degree. We currently do not have any additional morsel generation, so I don't really want to go with Gorge Penumbra. Let's go Trample. I probably would have preferred Architect here, but that wasn't available. Non-boss enemy units enter with Spike 3. Sure. Well, Penumbra is already gonna be enough to kill those guys. I don't really need a drag in front. But it provides quite a bit of defense. And I will also use the Prismal Dust here to prevent the damage, some damage to Penumbra. We can catch this Disciple Foot Soldier on the top floor. That's not a problem. Let's use the Shade Splitter here actually. That one's not very useful. Okay. I want to burn out the Hello Drippings. This drag won't survive for long enough to actually make use of the additional burnout, but and flawless bottom floor kill here in the first fight. Very nice. And Tumbra Assault, Space Prism, Packed Morsels. This is an interesting one. Space Prism helps in future turns to make better use of the exploding candle, because we can still put a drag in front of the Penumbra, even if it's bigger, if we first increase the capacity of the room. And that's definitely pretty good. Pack morsels is nice, generally very nice morsel generation card. I think I would prefer Umbra Assault here though. So my choice is basically between Umbra Assault and Space Prism. Given that we have Exploding Candle, the Umbra Assault seems a bit less necessary because the ability to kill backliners is not quite as important. Yeah, let's go Space Prism. Entombed Explosive Dripfall, Purifying Cleanse. Let's pick up a Dripfall. It can be very helpful for score in some situations. If we want to set up on the second floor, we can use Dripfall to drop down our Penumbra to kill the boss a turn earlier, for example. We are on Tithe, so we don't have a lot of gold for upgrades or anything. I would prefer the Umbra banner, I think, even though our morsel generation is still quite low. From Remnant, I'm more interested in the spells, to be honest. Let's look at the Umbra banner here. Crucible Collector and Morsel Master. Crucible Collector could work out decently. We could put Crucible Collector on the bottom floor, Penumbra on the second, and then for the boss drop Penumbra behind the Crucible Collector. Something like that could work out. I will take the Crucible Collector here. Could also see a large stone being very useful on him. Though he has a lot more health and can also lifesteal back a lot more HP. Hi tryhard only, welcome! We will probably go to the right here to get a free relic. Probably to the left here. And then we could find another Merchant of Steel here. That's a bit too late for my taste. I think I will give this Crucible Collector another stat buff right now. A 40-70 should be pretty damn good at winning this fight for us. So... these guys are a bit annoying. We can just set up Crucible Collector on the bottom floor, Penumbra on the top, so we can kill these guys with Trample. We just need to be careful because the damage from these guys is actually quite significant. So we definitely need to apply lifesteal here. On the top floor, these will still have 26 damage, so it's actually too much for our Penumbra. Which has me worried a little bit. But if we find any morsel or something, we are fine. Especially a drag makes things a lot easier. I also do want to save some damage on the Crucible Collector. I will also save the lifesteal by playing the drag here. Because he won't be able to attack. And he will have enough power to survive the first round of combat against the boss. And just in case, let's give him some damage shield. And some more damage shield. Yeah, that went about as I expected it to go. Immortal Tray, Perils of Production, Space Prism. We could include some Emberdrain here. We can still work pretty well with Emberdrain because we do have the Burn Bright modifier. Let's pick an immortal trait. Resin removal against the final boss. And I don't think we want any of these. We don't need a second crucible unit. And the Remnant units don't really work with what we have right now. Hi, Svartranostor. Good evening. Svartranostor? Is that how you pronounce it? Units gain an extra upgrade slot, sure. We don't want too many units, so might as well put all the upgrades onto one big unit, basically. Okay. This is a bit difficult. I could see this being okay on Dripfall. Other than that, I don't really have a unit I wanna hand over to him to upgrade. And we will not use Dripfall until quite a bit later. There's a reasonable chance we get Dripfall reduced to 0 cost with this upgrade. 2 in 3 chance. The final one would be reserve restore health to the pyre. Swart, okay. Constructed explosive powered damage. Yep. Crucible Collector goes on the bottom floor again. This is damage shield. There should be no haste in the damage shield version of Daedalus. So we are fine to set up on the second floor with our Penumbra. Let's use the drag here to kill the backline. And sacrifice that Train so we don't draw into him again. I haven't seen the details yet, Swart, but I'm definitely excited for new mutators. I have seen quite a few of the new mutators, but I don't know what they showed to the public yet, because I do have access to the beta testing information. Let's actually... Yeah, probably... no, it's fine. Doesn't really matter. Let's burn the Hello Drippings. I was thinking that I should have placed the drag on the bottom floor, but... in the end, it really doesn't matter. Let's use the Ember Forge on the top floor. And... Crucible Collector should be fine. The damage shield on him doesn't really do much, so we'll keep this equipment up for a little bit later. If you use a drag here and play resin removal, well, it doesn't matter, we have lifesteal anyway, so... what we could do is sacrifice a Train Steward here though. So the first two guys will kill the drag, and then the Train Steward will die to the foot, so to the bomb. I just want to get rid of the Train Steward. And let's add some more lifesteal to this guy, because we might need that. Definitely Shade Splitter to get another lifesteal. We will have another Prismal Dust coming up next turn. Let's start using them. The lifesteal is not gonna be what kills Daedalus here, I think. it's probably gonna be the damage shields. And indeed, this is a lot of damage shield. Wretch, Furnace Tap, Devourer of Death. Well, Furnace Tap is usually the way to go if we wanna get an early Seraph kill. Let's do that. They will nerf some cards with high win percentage. Yeah, in fact I've seen the cards they are gonna nerf, but I better not talk about it here. We do have a lot of Ember generation, but capacity and card draw are both very valuable to us. Especially once we upgrade the Penumbra on the next ring. Capacity versus draw. This is a difficult question. If we want to go more into the Emberdrain side of things, then the draw becomes a lot more important right now. I do have quite a bit of junk in my deck right now. Yeah, let's get more draw. I need more morsel generation, and more draw will provide that to us. Just because we draw our Shade Splitters more often. Card removals are good. I do have quite a lot of junk in my deck right now. These Hallowed Drippings are useless. Still have all the Train Stewards and almost no room to play them. Merchant of Magic. There are a few things that would be great. Yeah, let's go to the left. I was hoping for double stack, but maybe consume removal on the Furnace Tap is actually quite good. Especially considering we have the resin removal to remove the Emberdrain. That means we should cost reduce the resin removal just so we can play it even if we have no Ember left because of all the Emberdrain. Maybe Morsel Master is how we get more morsels. There's a problem with that though. If we have Morsel Master in our deck, we can't guarantee we get to play Crucible Collector on the first turn. And because Crucible Collector is gonna be our bottom floor front line, we can't really deploy Morsel Master on the bottom floor unless we have enough units to jump block for him. So it's tough. I think I will go with the Morsel Master because without him our Ember generation, Morsel generation looks really bad. His Hallowed Drippings do nothing for us. And we want the stats on the Penumbra now. Non-boss enemy unit enter with spikes 4, that should be fine. It makes it a bit harder to use some of the morsels. But that's my only concern about that. Drag on the bottom floor will kill the backline thanks to the exploding candle. We can place the Morsel Master right here. I am a bit worried of these, that some of these clipped conduits might get past. So I will place Penumbra on the top floor. Could also have placed Penumbra on the bottom floor and immediately Furnace tapped him, but that's a bit too dangerous in my opinion. I will also remove the spikes from these guys. The problem with placing him on the bottom floor is that I basically have not much defense for him, except for the Prismal Dusts. And these are gonna be gone pretty fast with spikes on the enemies, especially considering he has Trample. That's a nice morsel. Very helpful. Now this is a bit of an issue. This Clip Conduit will survive, so we will have a pretty overstacked top floor. This guy has 45 health, this guy has 45 health, which is too much for Penumbra to handle. So we need to deal some damage to this Clipped Defender right now. And for that reason I am gonna play out 2 Drags on this floor. I am gonna play an Immortal Trade here. The Emberdrain doesn't really matter to me because we have more energy than we need every turn. And now these guys are weakened enough so our Penumbra will actually kill them. I might need just a few damage shields this turn. If I want the Morsel Master to survive the hitting the spikes again on the next turn. Our Penumbra will be fine. We'll take another like 12 damage from this next wave. But that's about it. Basically, I could... Yeah, I'm basically powerful enough right now. I could just go Immortal Trade, Furnace Tap on this Crucible Collector. Let's see another morsel first though. Lifesteal. Okay, that can only go... We are missing a little bit of damage against this front line. But these guys will have... that's a bit of an issue. I am lacking some damage to kill this wave. So basically what that means is I need to kill the boss next turn. Which I should be able to do with 8 lifesteal on this guy. Well, it will be 6 lifesteal next turn, but still a lot of lifesteal. Let's get rid of the Emberdrain. Oh, I forgot we don't have another turn to... that means I will take some damage here. Nothing I can do about it. That's quite a lot of damage even. Yeah, maybe that meant I should have played the Furnace Tap on the Penumbra instead, so I could guarantee no damage taken. Yeah, that was probably correct. Iron Drop Cage. We will get a Dripfall back after this combat, potentially. We might... Yeah, I think that's fine. Cannibalize, that's gonna give me some more morsels. Excavation Eruption wouldn't be bad either. And I think I will take a Wicked Blaze. Just so I can make use of the candle, the exploding candle. Upgrade. It's Resolve, restore health. That's not gonna matter, the next upgrade, so I might as well take it back now. But do I want it now? Yeah, I do want it now, because I do have the Iron Drop Cage as well. Hi Night Breeze! Welcome! We don't have a lot of gold, so it's mostly small upgrades we are able to afford. We could also get a free relic. Yeah, we might even find a small upgrade we want. Now I wish we had 95 gold. Sadly, the skip here is only 10 gold. I do like the cleansing water anyways. These upgrades are not very helpful for our Crucible Collector. He has 70 health already, and we definitely don't want burnout on him. We could purchase a card. But I'm so starved for gold right now that I'd rather save my gold for the next area. Non-boss enemy units get multi-strike, that should be fine. We do lack some damage to kill the overcharge tank. So I am considering placing Penumbra on the second floor and immediately going Furnace Tap on him. I could also use the Furnace Tap on the Crucible Collector, but if possible I want the multi-strike on the Penumbra instead. Yeah, we'll only have one Ember to play cards next turn, but that should be okay. The only thing I really want to play is something for morsels. Actually, I would like to play the Morsel Master also. I can't really sacrifice these Train Stewards, otherwise I might not get the Collector. I would love to play Cannibalize, but we can't. Situation is still fine here. Let's purge the Emberdrain. I should have applied the Immortal Drape first, because I actually wanted to use this on the top floor, on the Penumbra. Yeah, that would actually have been very helpful. Let's block some of the damage with the drag, kill this marksman. Can I play the Ember Forge? Glorit already full. I really need to get these Train Stewards out of this deck. Can't really lifesteal with these Clip Defenders in the front, that's a bit annoying. Could sacrifice 2 drags. I might have to use the Prismal Dust here to give the Crucible Collector some leeway. Time to heal up. Morsel Master. No Emberdrain left. Could bring back a Morsel to get some lifesteal on this guy, but honestly, it's probably better to just use the Prismal Dust for maximum amount of damage shields I can get here. Oh, I forgot we are up against the Self-Made Harpy. That made these damage shields a lot worse. We need to pivot into lifesteal here. Not quite enough. That sucks. That was my mistake. I didn't think of the Self-Made Harpy. Let's restart this battle. I should have known that damage shields were gonna be pretty useless against this boss. So basically we'll do pretty much the same thing again. Still wanna play these Train Stewards now. Even though there's small downside involved with that. I will actually play the Morsel Master out here as well. Lifesteal, purge the Emberdrain. Block with a drag to prevent some damage here and feed this guy some morsels. I wish I could use Dripfall here to drop my Penumbra down. That's not really gonna work well for us, because these guys won't die. I mean, best thing I can do here is apply 7 damage shields, even though they won't matter as much against the boss. Or won't matter at all. So now we are looking for lifesteal. And we found some. It's nice. The rage means we will consume more damage or lifesteal faster. But it also... yeah. Still a significant damage increase in the end. And here we have the kill this time. Hi Gustav, welcome. Anything fancy I can do here? Not really. Hammer chest plates, I will take these. That's a nice chunk of extra health on our morsels. I will also take a void binding. Slowly becoming an Emberdrain deck. None of these I think. Yeah, let's skip. So I could still use an upgrade on the Crucible Collector. Mostly I would be looking for stats. That's not that important, but we definitely can't afford a relic at the Merchant of Trinkets, and the free removals are very valuable because of these useless train stewards in our deck. Another large stone. I could potentially do that. It's one of the best upgrades I could find for the Crucible Collector. I will do it. I am gonna pick Capacity next anyway, because I want the final form of Monstrous Penumbra. But that means we can't really make great use of the Morsel Master for at least a few turns now. Penumbra is 80 damage, which would be enough to kill the entire floor here. And that would prevent us from getting any more scourges. Yep. We switch it up. Not worth using the Prismal Dust for just a single damage shield. And if I play the Train Steward now, well, it would be a decent target for Cannibalize. But I would like to have the Ember Forge out. Let's keep it in the deck for now. Can't really play the Morsel Master until I draw into the Space Prism, but our deck is so small right now, we will draw into the Space Prism pretty soon. So let's use Void Binding and Furnace Tap, and while we're at it we might as well throw in Immortal Trade as well. And once we get resin removal we can remove all the Emberdrain. But that means that we will now take damage to the Ultimate Penance. Which is maybe not worth it. I wish they would trigger in the other order, but I guess they trigger from left to right. Space Prism here. We double Shade Splitter. Find a decent morsel. Rubble morsel would be available, not very useful for us. This guy actually survives, but that's fine. No debuffs to cleanse. That's a lot of torches. Need to heal up our Penumbra. We will get another Scorch next turn, will we? Yep. So I can play all of these Emberdrain cards. I do want Penumbra to heal back to full though. So I will use this one. Let's also sacrifice the Train Steward to give our Crucible Collector some more stats. And I will leave enough space for the Ember Forge next turn. Just in case we happen to draw it. These monsters will get eaten, so I can actually get a decent amount of damage on Fel if I buff up this single Magma Morsel here. Now we draw the resin removal. Not great timing. Oh yeah, right. I did use some Emberdrain after all. Let's dispel the final Emberdrain here. This is not quite enough. But another Furnace Tap will add some damage. That still won't be enough. We needed lifesteal to win this fight right now. That's not great. Let's use Cannibalize here. More lifesteal, sure. And we have an easy victory here. We can even keep the Dripfall in our hand to heal back up to full, so that will remove the damage we've taken. Yep. No damage taken because I healed it all back up. Forever consumed Kindle Devour of Death. We don't really have a use for Kindle because we can't spend more than... Well, we could use it for a giant Prismal Dust, but I would like a Forever Consumed instead. And we need capacity for our big Penumbra. Okay, next up. I still want more card removals. I do have another Train Steward I want to remove, and maybe the Ember Forge. So, do we go to the left for that? The right offers a dupe. spell upgrades, I wouldn't mind holdover on the resin removal, just so we have it guaranteed on in every hand. It's especially important against the Seraph with the Zap. We can get the removals here, but probably we want to go to the left there as well. Yeah, let's go to the right here, yeah. Let's see what the Concealed Caverns have to offer. Consumable card, Awoken, Hellhound Awoken, Umbra consumable card. I wouldn't mind Space Prism or Pack Morsels, but another Prismal Dust will probably not do that great. Awoken, Regen versus Regen and Preserve Thorns will be available, and Hellhorn is the Rage Potion or the Alloy of the Ancients. The Rage Potion would be okay, but let's go for Umbra here. A Space Prism? Yeah, I will take another Space Prism. Let's get the final Monstrous upgrade. And then we dupe... Do we dupe the Furnace Tap? I think so. We dupe the Furnace Tap, we hold over resin removal, and then we go nuts with it. That's a very scary bottom floor. Real scary. 48 damage. If we have lifesteal, we can heal that back up. We can heal 55 a turn. And we will have lifesteal next turn, so... And Penumbra will have enough power to push through all of these. Especially if we give him lifesteal so he can be healed back up, that should be no issue whatsoever. And now the question is, do I want the capacity on Penumbra's floor so I can feed him at least some morsels? Nope, I want it on the bottom. I thought we were gonna be able to heal up, but Steelwing says otherwise. Yeah, that's definitely an issue. That's a bit too much damage here on the bottom floor. I guess Rain Steward goes on the top. We could also use Stripfall. No, let's play Rain Steward on the top. Another Space Prism here. We don't have any morsels, so this is quite scary. Let's play the Mortal Mother here on the bottom floor. And Emberdrain 4. That means we will have a single Ember next turn. Our Crucible Collector might die, but Penumbra should be able to save us. Actually, let's try to prevent the death of this Crucible Collector. Okay. Yeah, the Crucible Collector does survive. If we play a drag on the bottom floor, things look a lot better, even. Let's also feed a Shade Splitter or two here. Emberdrain 6, we would have 7 Ember next turn, so I could still play a 1 cost card. That's probably not good enough. We will not draw into the Ember Forge for a while. So if we survive this, we can at least heal up. the Wildwings, but I don't really see a great way to survive this. We could put 2 morsels in front here. Let's actually look at some morsels first. Lifesteal. 2 morsels in front would mean the Wildwings and one of the Shadewings would attack them. And then 30 damage to our Crucible Collector. That works out. We'll at least get a lifesteal off against the Wildwings, which is good enough. If I sacrifice the drag at the bottom, the Wildwings will die. And if the Wildwings dies, then that means our Crucible Collector will hit the Steel Wings and will not heal up. So yes, the drag does provide value by killing the Shadewings. That would actually be quite good, but I do want my Crucible Collector to become more healthy. That is important to me, so he can survive a turn without having someone to jump block for him. And I, again, don't want any Emberdrain this turn. I will use a Rubble Morsel even to generate a bit of extra energy here on the top floor. We can drop the Ember Forge now. This is fine. Once again, a Steel Wings, so we can't heal up. I will reform a drag though, to take some damage off the bottom floor. And get some more lifesteal stacks on this guy. Now I need to heal Penumbra up, but with this hand that's pretty easy. I could also buff up my Crucible Collector, so I could get the boss kill with him instead. And that would actually be preferable because I want the boss kill on the bottom floor. So we play all the Emberdrain cards on him, and then we purge the Emberdrain. So we can do it again this turn. Might as well give him a few more morsels just for the overkill. That worked out pretty well. Amber Cache, Prism Retrieval, Gem Trove. Amber Cache has some use here, not a lot. Probably don't need it. Engulfed in smoke. That would sometimes be helpful, but I think we do have enough lifesteal and damage shield to defend our units. And we go to the left. Definitely want to try fishing for holdover. And we get it right away. Goes on the resin removal, so we don't have to deal with the Emberdrain. Why not? Let's look at the upgrades here, as well, at the artifacts here as well. Mask of Penumbra is actually quite powerful. And then reroll? No. Do we want to cost reuse anything? With the Emberdrain not being that big of an issue, maybe one of these Furnace Taps. We want to play these whenever possible. And finally, we want another Furnace Tap in the deck, so we can stack enough multi-strike to take down Seraph in the air. I'm also considering purging one of these Prismal Dusts. Actually, the Train Sword instead. I forgot I still had that one in the deck. We have Trample, and we have a lot of Rage and multi-strike, so we should be able to take down Seraph in the air. I do want to set up an Umbra on the second floor, so we can grip fall Seraph down whenever we want to. Crucible Collector will be on the top floor and take care of anything that spawns up there. This first wave will probably be the most problematic, so I will take out this front guy with a big Forever Consume. We do not have the resin removal yet, but I do want to start growing in power right now. And I do want the damage on the Seraph as well. Let's remove the Shade Wings from the next wave with the Exploding Candle. And instead of the no, actually I will play the Morsel Marker first. We'll only have one Ember next turn, which is a bit of a problem. Yeah, we miss out on the Furnace Taps here. But we will have resin removal in the next hand, and I think I need to play the Immortal Prey to heal up Penumbra, otherwise it might be too late. Nothing on the top floor. Actually, we will be Ember Drained for all our energy, all our Embers next turn. So maybe I should play the Drag on the top floor. Actually no, I play the Drag on the bottom floor, because now the Dark Wings kills the Drag and then the Shade Wings die. Then the next Drag will stay around for the next wave. And here is our resin removal, so we can finally get rid of all that nasty Emberdrain. Let's also increase the capacity of the floor just in case. And now we can actually start doing busted things. I'm not sure if it will be quick enough to get an early flying kill here, but we can at least try, and we should. I might need some damage shields here. Just so the Penumbra stays alive for a bit longer. Tripfall. Okay. Still not quite enough here. No, should have played that for another morsel. And there's the final wave. We didn't manage to kill in time, because we missed out on 2 Furnace Taps. If I play this a bit different, I could probably get the kill here. I will try that. I will try fishing for that, because I missed out on a double Furnace Tap early on. That wasn't ideal. I would love to be able to play the Ember Forge, but it just doesn't work out. I do lose out on a little bit of damage here. But that... Ah! Mask! Why? Why? That was important. Immortal Excavator here on the top. Yeah, this is awkward. And I missed out on another furnace tap. Yeah, this is not gonna happen. I would like to Dripfall Penumbra down now, but that would cause me to take too much damage. Once again, I forgot the Mask of Penumbra. Whoops. That was the wrong order. But it's okay, we ate a ton of rubble morsels, so we are still fine. I should play morsels first. That would be weaker place for a morsel excavator. Draws into a shade splitter. Okay. At least we have Gridfall now. Yeah. Pretty hard to get a flying kill here, but it's possible with these Emberdrain cards. Also, hi Thanatos, nice to see you here. And congrats to your #1 placement. Yeah, not a great score. Decent score, not great. We did do pretty well in most fights, we just didn't manage to get a flying kill. And we didn't manage to get a bottom floor kill on Fell. And took a lot of damage on the clipped infiltration as well. But still, all in all, quite a decent daily, decent deck. We're in rank 28, that's not terrible. Could have been better, could have been